Okay, work session is underway.
I'm thinking about it today.
Yeah, okay.
First, project 301 North Bumpart. Comments from the board?
I was just wondering if they looked into the possibility of having the doors renovated. They're beautiful doors and it might be cost effective to have them renovated. So I'd like to talk about that.
Yeah, or if they do need doors, replicate doors to be in kind. And then a off-minute discussion about the window packet we get. I can't see any of the pictures that they provide because they're this big.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't know if we can change requirements on submissions.
yeah.
That's a good question to ask, but
Yeah, I think that it would be in everybody's best interest if we get reviewable submittals the first time.
All right. Next, we have 137 Plant Avenue. Detached garage. Comments from the board?
the existing photos were hard to decipher what exactly was going on, and the garage is nice, it's fine. I just wondered how the new slopes, the new roof slopes, and the new eaves look compared to the existing home. Are they the same slopes? Are the eaves the same? And then the same question is the material is going to match this existing home. Those are my kind of.
Yeah, just to refine that a little bit further, I had similar comments, but it would be nice to see the trim width at least match the house, because it's a nice looking garage, but it is clearly visible from the street. And I think just that subtle addition of making sure that the trim width matches would be enhance the project.
I wanted to talk about windows on the side, the long side of the garage that's nearly 40 feet of just a blank wall that the neighbors are gonna look at. And thought it might be nice if they could add some kind of detail windows or something to that side to break it up.
All right. Those are public hearings. Next, we have 713 Hurst Green Road. Comments?
And
No comments?
Is this a resubmittal of a long while back?
It is. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just had on the lower walls of the garage, whether if some windows could be added. I know there's nice windows in the loft area, but the bottom, I guess three faces have nothing other than the front window garages. Oh, and also in the packet were two different garage designs. I'm assuming was the one with there was a single leaf insert. Was that a new design to what was originally a stable packet?
Yeah.
So this guy in the smaller packet.
yeah,
Current.
Right.
yeah, that's what I understand.
That's what I felt as well. Okay. Then we have a couple. 119 Jersey Avenue.
Yeah.
That Tracy will recuse herself on. All right, comments?
It looks like the comments from last time were picked up fine. I think it looks good.
Yeah.
Question
I
on
agree.
detail, and I guess it's just maybe, I would like to see the gutters if they're not concealed. Be concealed in, I mean, because they're going for that crisp. House shape, vernacular, vernacular, I guess you want. But wondered if as the roof comes down, if that gutter is buried in that, so it's a clean, crisp edge versus just an applied gutter on the side. And also where the main roof pitch comes down with then the shed roof of the covered porch at the covered porch at the master bedroom suite, there's a little odd triangle. I'm just curious how that little odd triangle void will be detailed out, or if it'll just be a place for birds and raccoons to hang out. I'm just curious.
Okay. Talk about the gutters. Next, we have 239 Simmons, which is also Tracy's project that was given to us this evening. Read the middle. Additional comments on this one?
That looks like the comments were picked up fine.
Looks good.
All right, I agree. So we can recommend approving as submitted on 239. All right, next is a non-Tracy project. So we'll have her come back, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Next, we have 849 Atalanta.
I had no comments.
See if I had any comments. No, I'm just gonna comment that the render is nuts. How nice it's a. I'm assuming it's an AI render. It's just really cool.
Yeah, it took me a minute to realize that wasn't a photo.
I thought it was already built.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other comments? If not,
Yeah, the only thing, yeah, no, I don't.
oh,
There was a trim thing.
okay.
I think it's trim on that little overhang at the master bath. That had me questioning what it was. Almost looks like double trim, maybe it's a brackets? I don't know. So on the east elevation,
Yeah,
looks like there's double trim or
no, it's base.
it's a drafting thing. But yeah, I think the design is nice, so I'm okay moving forward with it.
What projects out, right?
Mhm.
All right, so, or do we want to talk about that, or are we good with?
No, I think, yeah, I'm comfortable pre-approving.
All right, 849 will be moved to pre-approval. Next, we have 805 Greeley. Windows and a door, comments?
I think it's just a door, right?
That's what I have written down. I think it's just a door.
Yeah.
All I saw was a door in the packet.
All right,
Oh, wait, you said Greeley?
801.
805,
805 really?
Oh,
Yeah, it's
just a door
Oh, because I have a whole packet with a lot of windows.
on 805.
805 Greeley, yeah.
oh, I'm looking at 801 really.
well, it looks like it was changed,
Oh,
801 to 805.
it's gotta be 805.
It is 805. Yeah, all I have is a door on 805.
Okay, because I have a 1970 wood, a modern wood.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it. But if you've got a bunch of windows, I think you're the only one, because all the rest of what I have shows just the door, entry
Yeah, right.
door one.
yep.
Yeah, no, yeah. This is like the full house is being redone.
Oh, wow.
I wonder what we're actually reviewing then, because
Maybe there's more imperfect.
Okay,
Now we're doing windows, door. big
Right.
garage.
okay, well, all I got, and I
Right.
think what three of us got was the entry door.
right.
I see your packet.
That's it.
Oh, yeah, see, I have a lot. I have, just going to the floor plan, you can see almost every single window is
Oh,
being.
wow.
Because they haven't found through the matching.
Okay. Oh, okay. Are they in kind? Are the windows in kind?
Yeah, they're all large pictures. Same style.
That's what happened.
They match the look of
Yeah.
they match the look of the 1970 house.
Okay, well, maybe we can just clarify that the windows are approved if they're in kind. Yeah.
My comment on that door though would be that because of the style of the house being period to 1970, maybe a shaker style.
Panel.
Panel, sorry,
Yeah,
panel.
that's okay.
Will be more appropriate than that OG looking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's another one where I'm curious about the condition of the existing door because it looks like it's pretty nice.
All right. We can discuss Greeley. Next, we have 530 East Lockwood, new addition. Comments from the board?
This Narings.
Mm-hmm.
I had no comment.
No comments?
So the whole thing is not brick, right? It's got plaster on two sides and then just a line down the middle where it just starts and stops from brick to plaster.
Right.
You just feel like, I know this is kind of a utilitarian space and it's in the back but it's a concession stand. A lot of people are gonna be going up there, seeing it. And I feel like there is some opportunity to add a little bit more detail. Or just clarify, I mean, even like the countertop where the window is. What is that material? Maybe there could be some kind of brick, they've got brick detail at the top, maybe that could also be below the transaction window or.
Right. Talk about the materials. Right, next then is 463 Pasadena. Addition and window replacement.
I'd like to see some more detail about what's proposed on the siding. The stucco doesn't look like it's in that bad a condition, so I was kind of wondering why they're going to vinyl side the whole thing. And then also too, the siding is just barely represented very lightly. We don't have any idea what the proposed trim is going to be around the doors or the rakes or at the corners. We really can't even judge the width of the siding. So I would really like to see more detail there. And then on the second floor at the ends, there are doors that are being removed, but then there's small bracketed roofs that remain, and it looks like they'll just be kind of floating over nothing. So I was wondering about either, maybe putting something in those door openings, like if they considered doing a window or something would be nicer in those bedrooms, or just removing those bracketed roofs altogether rather than trying to side around them. It just seems kind of strange to have those roofs just floating up there if there's going to be
They're not
a
covering
blank
anything.
wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was having a hard time deciphering what their window strategy was. Are those, is a single double hung in the middle flanked by casements with a transom, or are they all fixed, or I don't know what the intent is there. And they're taking out double hungs with a 3/1 light, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, they are losing character by going to just the plain blank 1/1. And then also, without being able to see what the trim looks like, the proposed trim, I mean, this could be pretty, stark looking if they were just considering putting J trim around the windows and, as, when you look at the existing photographs on those two little end wing additions, there's some nice trim around, the top of the roofs. And there's some other nice trim banding that presumably is going to be lost. So I really would like to see this detailed out more so we can get an idea of what it's really going to look like.
Yeah, it very well could just be the computer simplicity of the computer images, but we don't know that, so.
All right. Discuss Pasadena. Next, we got 103 Pearl Avenue. Comments from the board?
I mean, I think it looks fine, but in that proposed breezeway on the silhouette on the west elevation, it looks like that clips into the dormer in a very awkward way. So that would need to be resolved.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's no context of how that attaches to the main house. I don't know if there's opportunity to bring it down in elevation to maybe solve that.
But yeah, that would solve that, and it would also be better weather protection for anybody on the walkway if it were lower.
Yep.
All right. We can discuss Pearl Avenue. Next, we have 905 Providence Avenue, new door.
I had no comment.
No comments?
No comments?
I did not have any comments. So we can move 905 Providence to pre-approval. Next, we have 54 Summit Avenue, new windows.
Are these already installed?
Yeah, I really don't know what we're reviewing because we've got what looks like really good pictures of, I guess, are those existing windows? And then we've got an engineering report. So I'm not really sure what's going on here.
This looks. The caulk on the windows looks pretty new.
Yeah.
Everything looks really clean and. So I would assume this is a retroactive submittal.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what was, I mean, because we've got the grill patterns are mixed. I guess it's just the double hungs with the prairie style top sash that are new, but yeah, it's just not clear at all what's going on.
All right, so we can get some clarification on Summit. Next, we have 232 Worthing Drive. Comments from the board?
I had a comment about the vertical board and batten siding. I think it might help the elevations if we introduce a band board at the gable ends. Just I don't know if it's graphics because there's no line weights, but that siding looks pretty predominant, very vertical, and I think that would help break it up. And then also they're going to have a seam anyway with that
Right.
height.
Same comment. Anyone else?
I had, I'm trying to decipher what I wrote. Oh, just wondering if, the difference in window styles is going from the I don't know what you call it, the front of the house. It was federal sort of style with the double hung with the divided lights. Then you go to the side and you have the transom windows with no lights, and then more of a, I don't know, it just seems kind of disparate. But wonder if they just go with all with one silo window if they could. And I'm also wondering if the shaker style columns of the front really go with the house, or if they would be better off with something more in line with the style, the original style of the house. I mean, not the wrought iron trellis, but maybe just a more traditional column.
I agree, Dave. I think taking a little more attention to having all four sides of the house be cohesive styling rather than such a mix.
Yeah. I mean, the large vaulted room with the large windows in the back is just perfectly fine. But then maybe just go full contemporary if that's, unless there's any sort of, neighborhood provisions to say you can't do that. But I don't think that's not the case.
All right. We'll discuss Worthing Drive. Next, we have 14 Wilshire Terrace, new addition and a FAR increase.
Yeah, it looks like we got the calcs on the FAR increase, and the FAR increase has been denied because it's over the 40%.
All right.
So the design would have to be revised.
Down to at least 40, right?
Yeah, but I personally think that it's quite oversized for the neighborhood. And in order to judge the FAR accurately, we need to have more data on the adjacent houses. The way the ordinance is written now, we would need to be able to see the data as far as the FAR on the adjacent houses within 150 feet of this house.
Right.
And I would also like to see a streetscape of how the proposed volume of the new addition fits between the two houses that are on each side of this, because this neighborhood is predominantly 1 story and 1.5 story. And I drove by there today, and to me, the proposed addition is disproportionately large. So I think that they would need to revise the design and bring the FAR down. And then if they are still going for a FAR increase, make the FAR increase submittal quite clear with enough data for us to judge the impact on the neighborhood.
Do we know do we know which house this is on the aerial? I couldn't identify the house.
Yeah, well, that would be something that would also need to be clarified. I mean, we've got photographs, but adjacent houses, but we don't know
Right.
where they are in relationship to the subject property.
Well, and then also I'm thinking, if it's like at the end of the block, for example, that might change how it looks versus along
It's-
that.
It's not at the end of the block. Yeah.
Looking at the plan, it looks like that second floor. I guess I was just questioning why it needs to be so large, because it's just an open room. So it seems like that would be easily reduced in size.
And yeah, also too, I mean, I don't know if the homeowners have ever lived in an open plan like that, but it is quite noisy and lacks a lot of privacy. So that might be something to consider in the revisions.
Right.
Since the FAR doesn't even meet, I guess we could just give them comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. We have 308 Oak Tree Drive. Next. Comments from the board?
I think the overall design is fine. There's a question I think you, Bob, always bring up about the concrete finishing on the, because there's a large amount of exposed concrete footing that might have, that isn't called out if it's gonna be painted or stuccoed or. I know we're colorblind in this, but I almost wonder if both houses could just be the same. In my opinion, it almost seemed odd to have the exact same shape house with just different color. And it'd just be nice to maybe see like more of a row house type motif, but all the same. But that's just a style opinion.
Yeah, I don't mind the tweaks in the style and the color. I mean, it looks like the window patterns are varied a little bit. There's grills in one house window on the front and not in the other. So yeah, I'm okay with the tweaks rather than like matching.
I think it's nice how they're mirrored from each other and that the entries are kind of bookend both of these homes. I guess I'm concerned though about the height and that 3 stories are going to be visible and with a steep roof line. I just worry knowing that the other houses are pretty small, single-story homes. I know it's on a hill too, so I guess that's my only concern because the volume of the front above the garage is pretty much in plane with the garage door, so it's going to be a very tall vertical face. I don't know if there's something we could do to break that up a little bit by having the overhang come out, a projection of some sort.
Was there an FAR submission? I'm looking at the calculations of the front.
Yeah, I was looking for that too.
It doesn't show any percentages, just shows the areas.
Yeah, I don't see actual FAR calcs.
It is, to Tracy's point, it is twice the size square footage.
Yeah, and I know there's I was kind of looking at the street and there's other 2-story homes that are large, but they've got a front porch to kind of help break up the massing a little bit.
Do they tuck under garages though?
No,
Yeah.
not the ones that I was looking at. So yeah, in this case, we'll see 3 stories.
You know, when I'm looking at the photo of the existing and so I'm wondering, based on Tracy's comment, are we going to be driving from the street uphill to the tuck under garage and then
Oh,
I'm just looking at this one here, this photo here. Where we've got this retaining wall in the front.
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
what
oh,
I'm.
this is the back? Okay.
No, I was looking at, in relationship to your comment, and when
Yeah.
I'm looking at the photographs, we have 312 on the last page, 312 on the left, and 308 on the right. We've got a retaining wall in the front of 312. So, I'm just trying to kind of get in my mind's how these houses in the tuck under garage are gonna kind of sit in relationship to the street.
It almost makes sense. I don't know how you do it because you have retaining walls on both sides of the
Yeah.
both properties, but you
Dig it
do a lot of cut. And
Yeah,
then-
I was gonna, because, like Tracy was saying, it's gonna be 3 stories basically visible. So if we're at the street and then we are going up a hill and then placing the new structure on top of a hill and having 3 stories vertical above grade on top of a hill,
That's
that's
intense.
gonna be a pretty severe impact on the neighborhood.
Especially the home to the, look at the new site plan, the home to the right, I guess that's east east is close to the property line too.
All right, I think we're on to our official meeting.
Oh, okay.
We'll roll right into that. So. That being said, welcome everyone to the Architecture Review Board meeting. We finished our working session, so the official meeting is now underway. I'm going to introduce Tekoa Bell and Jim Bailey with the city. We have Carol Dunkey, Tracy Collins, David Yates, and myself, Bob Buckman, all volunteer architects sitting on the board. First item is a review of meeting minutes. From November 20th, which I believe 4 of us are here.
Those meetings are still pending. They should be available the next meeting.
Oh, we don't have a copy of them.
We don't, because they're working on the summary of the executive session.
Gotcha. All right. So we'll move on. We also have a few pre-approvals, so I'll ask for a motion. On 3 of these. First one is 239 Simmons Avenue. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve 239 Simmons Avenue as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, so 239 is approved. If you're here for that, you're free to go. Next, we have 849 Atalanta. May I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve 849 Atalanta as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, so 849 Atalanta is approved. And then 905 Providence Avenue. May I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve 905 Providence as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, 905 Providence Avenue is approved. So if you're here for that, you're free to go as well. You're welcome. All right, and at this point, if we read your project, you're here in person, please come up to the microphone, introduce yourself. We'll discuss your project. If you're on Zoom, raise your Zoom hand and Tekoa will add you to the discussion. First, to our public hearings. We'll start with 301 North Bompart Avenue.
I'm David with Renewal by Anderson.
Hey, Dave.
Well,
Welcome, Dave.
and the existing door is a double opening door. And it's a basement door that is old and leaky. And we're going to replace it with a solid door that opens in the middle too, in the same color.
Okay. Comments? Carol?
So are the homeowners present or coming in on Zoom?
They are not present.
Okay. So what is exactly wrong with the doors? Are they in solid condition or do they just, what's the condition of the doors?
They're leaky. The cold air comes in, the water comes in, and security. It's a basement walkout door, and they're afraid of the insecurity of the door.
Okay.
So this door that we're putting in is a 3-bolt locking mechanism door to secure it.
Okay. So did they consider any other style? I mean, this is a pretty
They did.
basic utilitarian
Yeah.
kind of door.
They did not. Do you have a picture of the back of the house? Do you have that?
Yes.
Do you have that? Okay.
Yeah. And those are really handsome doors. That's why I was wondering if they had looked into having them renovated or perhaps would retain those for future use of maybe even in an interior project because they are quite nice looking doors.
I agree. I mean, it would be nice to keep the character of that door, but I also understand the security concerns.
Yeah, it's a playroom for their kids, and this is meandering house, and so it's an easy point of breaking into the house, and that's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
appreciate that. I know we're all
Yeah.
security concerned these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would, you know, I would strongly recommend that they hang on to those doors because you never know. I mean, they could be you know, you build a pool and they want a cool pool house or something with sliding doors. Those could be awesome. So, you know, you might want to suggest to them that they retain those doors for some future project. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone, here, this is a public hearing. Is there anyone else present that wants to make a comment on 301 Bompart? On Zoom? May I have a motion then?
I'll make a motion to approve 301 North Bompart with the suggestion that the existing historic doors be retained with the property for potential future use.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Oppose?
So just a
Alright.
question, just keep the doors on the property for future use?
Yeah, that, and it's just a suggestion. It's not a
Okay.
requirement. I mean, you know, they're very cool doors, and if something
Those
came
are
up in
great.
if something came up in the future, it'd be like, dang, I wish we had those doors. So
Mhm.
anyway.
Thank
Just
you.
a thought.
All right, thank you.
Make a table.
All right, next we have 137 Plant Avenue.
The homeowner. I wasn't sure if I needed to be here, but
Oh, hi.
Oh, welcome.
Can we close the door?
I think we had a few comments and questions.
yeah.
Without the vacuum.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No
Thanks for
worries.
All right, thank you.
Yes, I'm Sean Berry, the current resident and owner with my wife.
Hey, Sean.
Welcome.
I just had a comment on the side wall of the garage.
Yes.
It's almost 40 feet long and it's just siding. And I was wondering if there was any opportunity to add windows to that wall, just so your neighbors have something a little bit.
On
Nice.
so
Yeah.
there's a small gap just between literally our neighbor's house. There's like their AC unit.
Mm.
There's nothing there. It's literally on their side of the fence. It's kind of some just overgrowth and trees. There's nothing to look out there. We've actually added an extra window with the architect to face the street.
Yeah.
We thought that'd be a little bit better to match similar to the garage that we have now. That's kind of falling apart, like the
Yeah.
foundation and stuff has major cracks, and you can literally in daylight you can see the light and stuff coming through on some of the floor.
Mhm.
But yeah, we just, for savings of switching the window over there, we thought it would be, there's no real reason to see out or like for them to see our garage. It's just a wall there.
Yeah, I guess it looked like I wasn't quite sure how close they are, and I think I was the only one that had that comment, so.
Yeah, no,
Or
there's
just-
not much,
yeah.
not much space at all. I mean, I guess at the very tail end, if we somehow put a window, it'd look kind of goofy at the tail end. If my neighbor's grilling, he can
Right.
see in my garage. He can see our cars.
Yeah, okay,
But yeah,
thanks.
All right.
Yeah,
Is
I
that-
just wanted to verify that, so the siding width that's on your proposed garage, does that match the width of the siding that's on the house?
yes, when we purchased the house, it had a newer Thomas Hardy siding, and we're matching that. So
Okay.
it'll be the exact same.
Okay.
It'll actually match the house, which the current garage does not.
Okay, that sounds good. And because it is so visible from the street, I just wanted to verify that the width of the trim around the doors on the garage matches the width of the trim on the house. It just eyeballing it from the photographs, it looks like the drawings have a thinner trim around the doors and windows, and I think that would read from the street. So
I can't 100% confirm that, but I mean, we could double check with the builders if that's something that we could for sure match.
yeah, I mean, I don't think it doesn't really look like it's anything extraordinarily different. I mean, it's not like really unusual. It's just, like the photographs look like your trim on your existing is about like day wide, and it looks like on the drawings, it looks like the trim on the new garage is substantially thinner. And I think that just to really nicely coordinate the look of the house with the new garage, because it is a beautiful looking garage,
Thank you.
just those subtle coordination items become apparent. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, the design is fine, but I just like to verify that that trim width matches the house.
Yeah, we could address that with them. That I don't think that was an issue or came up in discussion. So
Okay.
I think the biggest thing was getting through the approval process. I don't think that wouldn't, if we change something minor like the trim, that wouldn't have to like come back through this process, right?
Well, it just, if we kind of are clear what we're agreeing to, and because it is a public hearing, we need to just stipulate what's going to happen. It doesn't mean you necessarily have to resubmit your drawings or anything. We just need to confirm that the trim on the new garage will match the existing house.
Are you referring specifically to the garage doors or the actual side door?
I'm
Is-
talking about the trim that's around the doors and windows on the garage.
Okay, so yeah, there would be the two windows that are facing the street. I don't think, the only doors would be on the back side of it and on the side facing our house.
Yeah, and well, and also to your overhead door.
Oh, so the garage door you're saying?
Yes,
Okay.
the doors and the windows, which would be the side hinge doors that people go in and out, and then the overhead door, and then the trim around the windows too, because I'm sure you can see on these drawings that this trim that is shown looks substantially narrower than what's on your house.
Gotcha. I mean, yeah, we can ask them.
Yeah.
I can certainly say I'm not familiar with that. So
Okay. Yeah, I just think that subtle difference will help tie the two together, because this is really a prominent view from the street. You can see it real well. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think reading it into the motion, then, you can add it to the plans that way, but you don't have to come back to the board.
gotcha.
And that way, when it's, the city will have that on the plans, and then your contractor will follow, those as well. So the trim size is the same as the house. That, I think, was really all we're looking.
So is that like a make or break? We had like mandatory then that we do
yeah,
need to
I
have it
would like
match the
to
house.
see it. It's not a big huge expense or anything, and it is in the historic district, and it is extremely visible from the street.
So I do just want to take into account costs because we are very young and this is
Yeah.
Right.
already a very big project.
I don't
Just
think
to be
that
clear.
going from trim this wide to trim this wide is probably going to kill your budget.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that we can have that caveat in case it's because we even we had an agreement with like them too that we could just have a deposit due if like materials or something changed
Yeah,
heavily.
I really don't think there'll be a big cost impact for you. I understand it's a concern, but
yeah,
yeah.
we can definitely bring that up with them. Thank you.
Okay.
Any?
David?
I'm good.
I
Right.
just wanted to note one last thing. I just noticed that the building is 3 feet off the property line. I don't know if that's, might need to be shifted in a little bit for an accessory structure setback.
My understanding, it shouldn't be any different than what they weren't going any farther or changing where the current garage is, or would that?
Yeah,
stop the
once you
effect?
tear it down, you have to comply with current code, so.
Gotcha.
I guess you could leave a wall up.
Yeah, that's
Even the
a,
new addition would have to comply.
yeah, that's a good point. If you're tearing it all the way down and starting with a new structure, it has to comply to the,
So you just have to
Current
scoot it
setback.
over a couple
Yeah.
feet.
yeah, we can read that into the motion as well, so it can be reviewed with zoning.
All
Yeah, if
right.
it's just a minor like foot or something, I don't think it should be a big deal. Like,
Yep.
because it's a detached garage, so there's plenty of room still to push towards the house.
Yep. Okay. This is a public hearing. No, yes, it is. Is there anyone else present, that wants to make a comment on 137 Plant or online? With that, may I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve 137 plant with the understanding that the trim around the windows and doors of the new garage will match the width of the trim around the windows of the existing house. And also that the planning and zoning review the proposed position of the new garage to make sure that it is in compliance with the accessory structure setback.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed?
Just to be clear, what's the actual foot measurement? Just, I want to,
Feet.
5
5
feet,
feet.
okay. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Sean. As noted. All right, next we have 713 Hurst Green.
Hello, Matt Shaver with Shaver Architecture.
Hey, Matt.
Hi, Matt, welcome.
Thanks. This project was approved a few months ago. We made some changes. We had our criteria changed, so kind of resubmitting, and hopefully you guys are okay with the changes.
Yeah, I think there was one question. Dave?
I think it was just the garage itself. The home I had no issue with.
Mhm.
See here, sorry.
Good.
Yeah, is the garage in the back of the packet part of the submission?
Yeah, we made a revision after the original
Okay.
submission, so that, do you have
Oh,
should have a second
yeah.
set, yeah.
Right.
Okay. So second
Okay.
set, right.
So it's clouded what was revised from the approved, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You've clouded what was added since we approved it.
Yes, correct.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
So
you.
that's-
Now I'm tracking. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And the revision to the revised garage was, we had too much floor space on the loft area, so we had to reduce that down.
Okay. The prior review commented, was there discussion about windows on the lower level of the garage? We have three walls that are blank, and just didn't know if there was a
I believe,
possibility of adding windows.
I mean, if, I think the main reason is it's in the back of the lot and there's really no need for them, but if it's something,
And those are lights on the garage door, let light in, right?
correct, yeah.
Okay.
All right. I think that was it. So with that, may I have a motion on 713 Hertz Green Road?
I move to approve 713 First Green Road as submitted.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, you're approved. Thank you.
Great, thanks.
Have a nice night. Okay, Tracy.
Bye.
Next, we have 119 Jersey Avenue. Anyone present for that project?
I'm present on Zoom.
Hello? I think you're on mute. You can unmute yourself. I'm not sure. Yes.
Oh, it looks like the microphone flashed, but
Right.
yeah, could you please unmute yourself? You're still showing as muted.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Did we lose our,
It looks like
Yes.
it's still there, but it's still muted.
okay, maybe we'll have to come back. Have, save it to the end and have Tracy give him a call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say let's just move on to the next one. Um. All right, next we have 805 Greeley. Anyone here for that project, 805? Could come on up and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Gassoff from Renewal by Anderson.
Lindsay, welcome.
Thank you.
So some of us didn't have the windows, but Dave did.
Yes.
So we were just trying to clarify, the windows are all same style as that are existing.
So most of them are, however, there are some windows above the garage currently that we think maybe the previous homeowner installed himself and were not really consistent with the rest of the house. So we're trying to make above the garage more consistent with the rest of the house.
So, okay, so the packet I had almost like an entire home redo of the windows. There's probably,
Yeah. So we're redoing the whole house.
okay.
But the windows above the garage are gliders or there's a glider on the front. And we were gonna change that to 2 double hungs mold together because I feel like that's, an improvement.
Okay.
Um,
So, yeah, so I'm showing 16 windows, 1 entry door and 1 special and 1 miscellaneous.
There's actually 2 doors. Did you get the second door on there? They're the same. They're just a 6-panel.
Okay. Because the packets that the rest of the group got,
Yeah, all we have is one entry door. Dave, do you mind if we take a
Yeah,
quick look at
go
your?
ahead.
There were
your
2
submittal?
separate orders.
Okay, yeah, we all need to be able to look at it, and this isn't your fault. It looks like it was maybe administrative glitch, so we'll just kind of
Okay.
bear with us, we'll work through it.
So the windows above the garage right now, looks like there's one large picture window.
So that is currently a picture window and we were just gonna keep that because you
Okay.
can't reach it to open it anyways.
Okay.
So that's staying the same. The glider on the front
Right.
is changing to 2 double hungs.
Hmm.
Right now, it's kind of spray painted and
Chicago style. It's kind of matching the other side.
Mhm.
that's what I thought. I mean, it matches the,
Yeah.
So other than those 2 windows over the garage, all the rest are just going to be replaced with the same size and style? Okay.
but we're replacing that front glider with 2 double,
Mhm.
Okay.
the above the garage.
Anyone else?
Yeah,
Either
just, I
Chris,
just want to take a
Carol?
look at the front, please.
Sure.
And then the plan is to make improvements to the siding of the home as well. So the whole exterior will be improved. We're starting with the windows.
that's not part of the snow load.
Not just hold out. Yeah. We're just looking at the windows and the door.
Oh, is the garage door changing?
So we only do windows and entry
Yeah.
doors, but yes. The plan is to do a new garage door as well.
Okay.
And either refinish or replace the siding,
Yeah.
but we don't do that
Yeah.
Okay.
personally for my.
Right.
I mean, I did a Chat GPT picture of a possible scenario if you would like to see that, but it's not reality.
Be fun to see.
Kathy says she's applied for the permit for the garage.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
I'm good with it
Mhm.
personally.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it looks better than what's there for sure.
So I don't do siding, but I was just.
Right.
Helping
Looks-
the vision.
Right.
Looks
Thank you.
good. All right. Is everyone,
I think we're good. Do you want?
we're all good now? Okay. Yeah, here, I'll give it.
You can keep it.
Dave's packet.
Thanks.
All right. With that, I will ask for a motion on 805 Greeley.
I will move to approve 805 Greeley with the revision to the window above the garage to a double hung window.
Second?
All in favor?
I
Aye.
Aye, opposed? All right, Lindsay, you're approved. As noted, thank you.
Thank you. So we don't need to make any changes. You're just approving the changes we already made.
Yep.
Looks like the prior submission changed who's raised their hands, so they might have a better computer connection.
Oh, good.
Okay, next we got 530 East Lockwood, new addition.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Hinton with Christner Architects.
Hey,
Welcome,
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Hi.
Tracy had some.
Yeah, I
questions.
just had a question about, I think that the brick and the plaster are just coming together at a joint in the middle of the building. Is that right?
Yes, there's an expansion joint between the two buildings. It's also where a firewall occurs for building separation per code.
Two buildings.
Or are you asking where the brick stops and the cement board picks up?
Yeah, okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
So it's the transition occurs just to the north of that swinging door.
Yeah,
The intent there is a future project that this is setting up for. So we didn't want to spend money for the brick internal to
Okay.
the site to remove it in a few
Yeah.
years.
I was like, that's kind of
Yeah.
weird to just split it down the middle. of
That was why.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Makes sense.
Because then also the renders show all brick.
All brick, yeah.
Yeah, I know that was a change from schematic design to
Okay, that makes sense. And then that transaction window, do you know what you're gonna do for the material of this, of the sill?
of the sill. I'm imagining it's probably stainless steel.
Yeah.
Just
Makes
because
sense.
we're
Yeah.
serving food and things like that.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
All right.
Yep.
With that, thank you.
Thank you.
Jeremy. With that, may I have a motion on 530 East Lockwood?
I will move to approve 530 East Lockwood as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Aye, opposed? All right, you're approved.
All right, thank you.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Next, we have 463 Pasadena Avenue, new addition. And windows.
Hello, my name is Lenny and I'm the project manager for 463 Pasadena renovation.
Thanks.
Welcome, Lenny.
Thank you.
All right, we had a few questions.
Yeah, I would like to see the graphics improved to show what the existing project will turn into. In other words, we've got stucco everywhere now.
Yes.
We're covering the whole building with vinyl siding, but we really don't have much of a representation of what the siding will look like. We've only just got a little corner rendered on the drawings. What we would need to see would be what size trim you plan around the windows, on the corners, at the rake boards. And also, we seem to be losing a lot of detailing when you cover over the stucco. Right now, there are trim boards that run around the top of the smaller wing additions on the side. Now, are you going to plan to put any kind of trim board there, or is it just going to be the same siding all the way up, just the same lap siding?
Yeah, to be honest, right now the house is in a pretty derelict condition. So the stuccos has cracks all over and is being patched. And it's very much of an eyesore as it currently stand. Our plan is to maintain the design of other houses on the street. So have just a traditional vinyl siding that doesn't stand out. We're open to city suggestions on what are the right dimension for the stucco. We also don't want to change any design for the window. So a like kind replacement for the window as well.
Yeah, it looks like you're going, current windows have grills and you're going to no grills. Is that correct?
We're open to suggestions. So, obviously cost is an important consideration for the homeowner. So if we have to put a grill back in, we can, but we're, again, trying to make a balance, not overspend if it is not necessary.
Yeah, I mean, for me, actually seeing the details of the siding, the width of the siding rendered on all four elevations, seeing what trim is proposed, and hopefully you could replicate some of the existing trim widths, just so we don't have nothing but a plain box with just vinyl lap siding all over it. I think in order to fit in the neighborhood, having some nice trim work with your vinyl siding would help achieve your goal. And then also too, I see that the doors that are on the ends of the building on the second floor, those are being removed and infilled, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Did you consider putting anything back in there, like a window or anything to enhance those bedrooms?
Well, currently, there is a balcony on the second floor, and the railings are very flimsy, and frankly, they're not high enough to prevent people from falling over. We thought it would be a safety hazard, so we thought perhaps removing that, and then the vinyl siding is an elegant solution to cover up a previous door, and it's very continuous, so you wouldn't see that.
Right. I can understand where you'd want to address that safety condition. I think
Right.
that's wise. I just think that it might look a little strange because you've got those bracketed roofs that are above those doors, and it would look like there's a little roof that's not over anything. It's just over a blank wall of siding. So were you planning on keeping those little roofs and then siding around them?
Help me understand your question.
Here, do
Yeah.
you mind
Yeah.
stepping up here? It'd be easier to see, like right now, you've got these little roofs here on
Oh.
both sides. And if that door goes away, there's just going to,
You want this, that,
okay, so you're planning to remove the roof. Okay, I just wanted to be sure because right now it looks like it's going to stay and it would look a little strange to have those little roofs above a blank.
Not to me, what do you mean as the trim for the
Yeah,
siding?
sure. Here, I can kind of show you on this person's drawing. See, this trim they've got the trim at the corners here, and they've got the trim around the doors and the windows. See how this is all trimmed here?
Yeah.
But on your drawings, that does not, it doesn't show on, let me get to your new stuff here. See, on your new drawings, we really don't see what the width of the trim is and see how, what I would do, since you're really interested in neighborhood fit, which I think is really nice for your project and for the neighborhood, is just kind of look at the neighboring houses, like the older homes there, and see what the trim width is, and just go ahead and incorporate that onto your drawings, and like in the rakes, up here like this, there'll be some sort of trim there.
Sure.
So yeah, I think if we could see that rendered a little more, so we can see more of what the overall house is going to look like. And what I was talking about, on these little side additions, there's like existing trim that's here. So, maintaining those kinds of details, like putting in your new vinyl trim to kind of match what's there, will help you preserve the existing character of the house and make it fit in more nicely with the traditional neighborhood.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the width of the trim, is one of the nice things about the house on the back and the sides. That it's around the window in its stucco form, so if you would keep a detail similar, I think that would be,
Yeah.
appropriate and keep that character that the house had. I agree with Carol on that. Are you guys doing anything to the soffits? Because it looks like they're like on the front and the back of the house. They're, it's kind of hard to tell because the pictures are small, but it looks to be horizontal brackets on the projected eave line.
Yeah, we may cover that up, just to make it look more finished or open to your suggestion.
No, I was just.
Oh, leave it okay.
I mean,
Fine.
well, it does give the house a lot of character, and it's not defined on the drawing. So that's why I'm asking
Yeah.
what your plans were, for that.
I mean, they're beautiful, and yeah, I can't see covering them up would really destroy a lot of the character of the house. I think, we're already kind of losing character going with no-grow windows, and that I could live with. And like Bob was saying, sort of matching the trim width and style that's there, I think that would help. But covering up those brackets, I think, would be a shame, because they are very distinctive, and because of those nice wide overhangs and you're looking up at them, they're real, have a nice visual impact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll translate to high resale value.
Well,
People,
I mean-
people around here like stuff like that generally, if you're moving to Webster.
Character in the house. That's why people move to Webster. I don't know.
Is this going to remain a two-family home? Or-
Yes.
Okay.
What year is that house built? Do you know?
I don't.
Looks old. Looks old.
It's
It is-
very old.
It's interesting when I see the stucco, being a stucco house owner myself. I just, when someone says it can't be repaired, or I just wondered, is that true?
I drove by there just, to make sure I was understanding the scope of work and everything properly. And I really didn't see like super bad from the street anyway. There was.
I don't know. I had to ask, because I don't know if it's a consideration, but that could be restored and painted. But I'm not.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I mean, we obviously haven't even started yet.
Yeah.
We were to bypass the vinyl siding, but to keep the stucco, would you guys approve the plan?
Oh, I personally think that keeping the stucco would be the thing to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes, we understand that property owners, want to go to siding for various reasons. But to me, it looked like the stucco was in serviceable condition, and it really sets off some of the nice detailing, like the bracketing work. And it might be more cost effective to just repair the stucco than to vinyl side the entire building.
I guess that was my question, because what was the goal with the vinyl siding? To just change the style of the house and the character, or to add, sometimes people might do that to add insulation. There's other reasons why people might reskin an old house.
So a couple of things. We plan to turn the sunroom into a bedroom and a bathroom. And in doing so, we would infill number of windows in the bathroom to provide privacy.
Yeah.
So when we kind of provide new stucco and trying to mix that with old stucco, we thought that would really stand out.
You know,
So instead of trying our best to patch an
Yeah.
opening by a window, we thought create this, a new covering with vinyl siding probably would be the most aesthetically appealing solution.
If you decide to, if you're infilling those particular windows, there's other things you can do to provide interest on that elevation rather than putting siding there, or certainly some other options rather than siding the entire building.
right.
Yeah,
I mean, it's worth discussing, with your client too, but I think if you could keep the stucco and restore it and they're happy with it, I think it's great as far as the character of the house goes.
yeah.
For those infill areas, as Carol's suggesting, some other architectural details. I mean, consider,
Recess or something like that.
right,
Just-
where the window was, it's a recessed panel of stucco that doesn't quite match, but it'll be painted out this similar to the trend, so there's ways, I think, architecturally to achieve it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Um,
you could just leave the trim configuration where the windows have been infilled. And then like Bob was saying, if you did stucco infill there, the trim would disguise any difference between the infill and the existing wall. And I think that would be really cost effective for you all.
Let me
Yeah.
go back to the homeowner and compare the various cost,
Yeah.
estimates. Now, if the owner does decide to go back to the original plan of siding, what I hear from you is we need to provide you with visuals for the
Right.
siding with
Right.
all the trims on the corner, underneath the soffit and around the window.
Right, yeah, and if you would just render that on
Right.
all of the elevations so we could really see what we're reviewing, I think that would be really helpful. And like if you're planning to get rid of those little roofs on the side, just, be sure that those are off the drawings. And just something else to kind of run by the homeowner is where they're removing those doors on the second floor, maybe they might want to consider just putting a window in there, because you do have the opening already framed out, and that would make those bedrooms really nice to have windows on the sides. So that's just something for them to consider. And that way you would solve the problem of, having a doorway opening onto an unsafe area, but,
Mhm.
still have some nice light in those
Yeah.
coming in the sides.
That's a great suggestion.
And then you also have two other windows in that bedroom, so you wouldn't, if safety was an issue, you could make that window fixed. But it'd be nice to also have it as a porch, but then the railing is a thing,
Well, right, and I think to that point, and I agree, if you infilled it with a fixed glass light, and in the future, someone might want to turn it back into a porch. You never know with the house, right?
Right.
Right. And then below the window where stucco is not easy to match all the time. So maybe just do a paneled knee wall below the window that matches the window, like color wise, trim wise.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to do the stucco below the window.
Okay.
All right.
Anything else that's of a concern?
Yeah, thanks for talking through
No.
this with us.
Yeah, I think that's good. So we'll table this and then, talk with the homeowner and we'll see you back with
All right.
either revisions one way or the other.
Okay. All right. Thank
Right.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lenny. Good night. All right. One oh three Pearl Avenue is next. Pearl.
Good evening. I'm Tim Hollerbach with Tim Hollerbach Designs.
Hello.
This is the garage we've got submitted.
Great. Welcome, Tim.
Thank you.
So there was a question on this one and it had to do with the
The connector.
gateway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So quick little backstory. There was a garage already on this property. Snow had collapsed it, so they are rebuilding a new garage. The ultimate goal is that we are going to connect the house to this garage. The only reason we are building the garage first is they are under a timeline with the insurance company to get the garage reconstructed. So the garage is a little bit larger than the previous one. So to to fit the zoning codes, we attached it with the breezeway. But the breezeway is going to go away. That's the whole reason for it.
Oh, okay. The breezeway is going away.
There will be a two-story connection, or there will be an addition that is two-story in between them. The dormer on the left side of the garage that the connector is running into, that will be the access point from the existing second story into the second story above the garage. But to address your comment, if we wanted to lower it, because I know you mentioned that in the earlier meeting, we can definitely lower it just for now until it gets taken away.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah, just because, I mean, you can see it kind of clips.
Yeah, it gets very close to that window. I
Yeah.
don't disagree with that.
Yeah, so yeah, that would, yeah, that's my only comment is to, just drop that down. It would provide better weather protection and wouldn't have a awkward intersection at the dormer.
Fair enough.
Okay. That was it then on that. So thank you, Tim. May I have a motion on 103?
Can
I do have one more.
quick question?
Oh, yeah. Oh, please.
So, part of the question, I guess we had with this breezeway, I think it was recommended as a solution in the conversations with somebody here in the building. And if the intention is to connect this thing, I think part of the breezeway overcomes certain other requirements in the code. It's just going to be completely a waste of resources. And our hope was to avoid having to do that. So is that something that we can explore, or is
Then
that
basically you're building a non-conforming structure,
Yeah.
in the path to merging these things?
but what
Yeah.
happens if, we never know, like what the future holds and
Mhm.
if it doesn't
get
happen or
built,
something.
yeah.
So yeah, it's a sacrificial piece. It sounds like that you're gonna
Yeah,
just
it's just a
take off.
complete waste of material and money and time and everything, but yeah, so I guess there's no other solution to that problem. And
Not that
we
I
wanted to
know.
just raise that
Yeah.
with the guys and see if we could get a,
Yeah, that's a planning and zoning item.
So,
Maybe call it
so,
pretty
so is,
planning.
is the code that says that it needs to be
It's-
physically attached?
If it's attached, then the square footage area is changed for the garage.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, the size of this house there really could only build with the way the zoning codes are now, only a one-car garage.
Which
Even
is-
the garage that collapsed didn't conform. It was just old.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess another route would be a variance.
I
But-
discussed that with Ms. Peoples. I think that was her name.
Yeah.
That's just a long path.
It might be
And
more
with the
direct to
insurance,
just,
Yeah.
timeline, that was
Right.
a big part of the stress around this whole thing.
I understand.
Yeah.
I guess just
Really-
keep it simple.
Yeah.
Don't go crazy with that piece and.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Sure. All right. With that, may I have a motion on 130 Pearl Avenue? Or 103, sorry.
I will move to approve 103 Pearl Ave as submitted.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, oppose? All right, you're approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night. 54 Summit Avenue is next on the list.
Hi, I'm Dave Mestris. I'm the homeowner.
I know.
Welcome.
Welcome.
We're doing a window replacement. In the process of that, I neglected to get the permit. One of my neighbors mentioned that probably should have gone through the review board. So I contacted the building department and doing a retroactive permit for them.
Okay.
Where I'm at right now.
Thank you. All right. Comments?
I think they're fine.
Yeah, all
Anybody?
the windows are the same style all the way around, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, I guess I was just trying to follow. Did you just replace some of the windows or did you replace all of them or?
All of the first floor windows and all of the attic windows.
Okay. Yeah, it's just with the submittal, it's a little unclear. I just want to.
All right. Everyone's good with it?
Yeah, I think so.
Looks good. All right, with that, may I have a motion on 54 Summit?
I'll make a motion to approve 54 Summit as submitted.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye, opposed? All right, Dave, you're approved. Thank you.
Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Next, we have 232 Worthing Drive.
Good evening. I'm C.W. Woods, the general contractor.
Hello.
Jim Zavis, the architect.
Hey, Jim.
Welcome, Jim. All right. This is the new addition and renovation. There was, some questions about, yes, we had a few different questions. So who wants to start? David? You want to start?
Yeah. Hi guys. Just looking at the elevations, wondering if there was some reasoning why, the window style on the front of the home is the 9/9 or 6/6 divided light window style. But then the back side is the more contemporary with the large vaulted, which are very nice. But just wondering if since you are changing the house so much, if you would just go with one style, either double hungs in front that are more simple, or do divided lights in the large windows, which would be kind of cool in my opinion.
Right.
But
We'd probably simplify, eliminate the mullions on the front.
okay.
Yeah, as this is, I'm sure we've mentioned, the house was burned through.
Oh, okay.
So we're rebuilding the first floor and then they're going to take the opportunity to add a second.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to do is do their kind of dream home for them.
Yeah.
But also not spend a lot of money. So I'm sure that they'd be very amenable to changing the windows to a softer style. They were back and forth on the grids. I suggested the grids because I think they look the coolest, but yeah, we're more than welcome. They're wide open to suggestions. So
grids on those huge windows would be cool in my but I get it. And then the existing home looks like it has like the wrought iron trellis columns on the front. Those are gone, which is
they're gone.
great. but wondering if looks like the building is more of a it was a federal style, more type looking, but then wondering about the selection of those tapered arts and crafts columns, if that was appropriate, or if we would go with something more just simple square, just a suggestion, maybe,
Right,
not
sure.
a
We can
requirement.
definitely square those up.
Yeah, those are the comments I had.
Just if they were the more simple columns, maybe with the cap and base trim.
Yeah.
All right. What else do we have?
I just had a comment about the right side elevation, I think.
And left.
Okay, the right and left, where you've got the big gable in. I was thinking it might be nice to have a band board at the bottom of the gable,
Sure, we can do that.
just because you're gonna have a seam in the material anyway, and it would help break up.
Sure, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So band boards on the gables, one window style.
Yep.
On the front and back.
You have a
Red or no?
preference, I'm sorry to interrupt you, on that band board,
Oh.
on a height of that, it's something you'd rather? Like 12 inches, 10 inches? We
Well-
just
I was
wanna,
thinking like 8 to 10 or.
Yeah, well, it just like it fits in between the soffit, right?
Mhm.
So that's the line. So does it start at the bottom of the soffit and
Pork chop.
okay,
yeah, on the pork chop, as we call it, but and then return at the turn there, maybe, or somewhere in there.
And about an 8 to 10 inch
Yeah,
width.
I think 12 inches might be getting a little big.
Too big,
Right.
yeah.
You might see some warping.
Okay. Well, I think that was it. So we can read those into the motion. If you guys are good with that. And with that, may I have a motion on 232 Worthing Drive?
We'll move to approve 232 Worthing Drive with the following clarifications. The front columns will be simplified to a square column with a cap and base trim detail. The windows will be revised to have no grids or be consistent throughout. And a band board will be added to the side gables at the bottom of the gable.
Second story addition.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? All right, you were approved as noted. Thank you both.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank
Happy
you.
holidays.
Thank you.
Thanks. Next, we have 14 Wilshire Terrace, new addition and FAR requests. 14 Wilshire?
You're next.
Oh, yeah, you're next. Good. How about yourself?
Try to get out.
Oh, perfect.
No worries.
So I'm James Vogel, 14 Millshire Terrace, Webster Grove resident for 27 years now.
Right. Hi, James.
How are we doing, guys? Thanks for being here.
Good.
I think just right off the bat on the FAR, there was, we got the FAR increase, but it was over 40% even, but there's also some additional, I think, information that we typically would see.
I'm sorry, say that again.
In a FAR request.
Yeah.
There's typically more information we would like to see related to context.
Okay.
On top of the fact that it's over 40%. Aside the point, I think most of us feel like that's well beyond, but in reviewing a FAR, we also typically see, a scale of the context. So the adjacent houses next to your
Right.
house.
So I did bring some pictures.
Right.
That were attached. So I'm a real estate broker. I have been since 2000. I do HVAC and have been renovating homes in Webster Groves and surrounding areas and have building and businesses as well. So very familiar with the context of what you're saying of that.
Yeah.
You almost need to drive the neighborhood to see the other homes in it, to see how they look.
I did, and that's
Yeah,
it's a
my-
concern
My
because,
neighbor right to the left, so the Paradowskis, who are great friends of ours, have treated my children like grandchildren. Their renovation on their home was nothing like what I do when I renovate homes. Their home seems much bigger on their lot than my home would. This is all out of context. I can back the garage up a little bit and then shrink the size.
well,
That would be a possibility. I have to be honest, I really don't want to.
well, the thing is, it does not comply with planning and zoning. It's
Right.
over, it's way over.
Yeah.
And
What's
in,
the percentage?
it's according to
We can
your
go up to
zoning.
4.
district.
Well, it says 40.45.
And
Yeah.
so we can go up to 40 though, is that correct?
You can request to go up to 40.
Correct.
It's that it does not, we're not mandated to approve it.
100% agree.
Um,
I was just trying to understand.
Yeah.
It's 32, right, for the size.
32?
I think it's, yeah, and I do think it varies a bit by zoning district, but I think 32 is around that.
Choose the normal, right?
And,
We can go up to 40.
also,
Yeah, right.
yeah,
Exactly.
it says that the ordinance says that we need to review this in the context of the adjacent homes that are within 150 feet of the subject property.
Yeah.
So, right now, we just have photographs of random houses that are somewhere around you.
They're in my neighborhood.
Okay, but we need, for us to review it, excuse me, what we need to see is, okay, this is where your house is on the streetscape and what the proposed size will look like. And then on that same drawing, we need to see the adjacent houses on either side. And then we need FAR calculations for the surrounding houses within that 150 feet.
Right.
That's typically what we get, so we can judge the context of the neighborhood within that 150 feet.
Right. it's not only those percentages, but a scaled elevation. You know, the pictures are great, but for us to review this properly, that is, you know, that really shows the scale in context, in addition to the photographs. So, we, you know, over the years, we've reviewed, you know, some of these in the past, and that's really what we see, especially when it's, you know, a considerable increase, because that really helps us understand what we're looking at and what we're voting on. So, so that was, I think that was my reaction. I know Carol, Tracy, I don't know, Dave.
Well, yeah, and then right now it's 40.45, so we couldn't approve anything over 40.
So I can drop the garage forward, like set it back and then drop a couple feet there to
Right.
change
So
the square footage. I do want to put some things into context. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys have seen it, but I applied like back in January. There was another gentleman working downstairs, went several months through the process. It got put on hold.
Yeah.
I also do HVAC. Our busy season hit. I didn't have time to tie back in. Krishan now, who's down there, helped officially get me in front of you guys. So I'm glad that I'm here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. But it literally has been 8 months. So
yeah,
I feel delayed, and I want to work in conjunction with all of you guys on what we need to do to get it approved. I understand the size is potentially an issue, and hopefully we can work through it.
Mhm.
The design, by the way that I'm doing it, every house that I've ever renovated, hundreds, it's always looked like they should belong. Everything in the front of the house is the way that it would have looked if you would have built it. From the way that the portion that I'm taking down is an old breezeway that before we bought it, or I bought it now, unfortunately since divorce, and trying to combine families and make things work. Again, the original construction is always a key to me.
Mhm.
So if size is the thing that we need to talk about,
Right.
I would like to know why. I also would like to, not why, excuse me, but also like to try and make sure that we work together, that we're not going another 8 months until I can get approval to start doing an addition to move on with my life and live in Webster Groves.
Yeah.
I'm a committed citizen, committed business person in Webster.
Yeah.
So again, ma'am, you had mentioned, I apologize, I don't have all your names. You had mentioned you had grown the neighborhood. There's a new construction project, which is one of the pictures that you guys approved. That house will probably sit 12 feet above mine. My roof line isn't changing. Nothing about it changes. The front of the look of the house doesn't change. It actually fits right in with the neighborhood. It's something I'm a stickler on. I could have complained when we approved the neighbor's house that sits 12 feet above mine. I mean, I don't know how else, how much further you want me to go? Like, what do I need to
I
do?
guess for myself, when I see a FAR request, that means that this person can't meet the code as written and they need to have more space for some reason.
Right.
And I don't see the reason. I guess what I'm seeing on the plans is a huge room. And my brain's saying, okay, well, if you just bring in the backside and reduce that square footage, then maybe we can get within target.
Well, I'd like
And then
to,
it's
if
not-
I can, I'd like to push it from the front back because I want to keep that back.
I guess I'm talking about
When
the
you go up
second
that back-
floor, like the
Yeah,
second
but-
floor doesn't have to align with the first floor.
My apologies. This year is horrible on me.
I was just thinking, I was just looking at the second floor and seeing that that doesn't have to necessarily align with the main floor. You could just start cutting square footage out of the second
I
floor.
totally can.
Yeah.
But I mean,
So, I mean, I guess that's where I would personally have a hard time approving this when I can see an opportunity to start getting us closer to what would be a code compliant.
I don't want to go to 32% though. I mean, again, I
Right,
mean, I
right.
guess I cannot finish it.
I mean, what is, do you know what the square footage is that you're talking about that don't want to let go of?
So the garage, I believe the way that we've got it on there is 24 by 42. So that's what, 980? Oh, boy.
Yeah, I guess I'd
I'd have to pull the calculator.
like, no, if I cut out 20 square, I don't know what that is, the delta is, so like.
If
it's
we're
even-
going from the 40.45 to 40, I mean, yeah, I'll just,
That's the percentage. I think Tracy is talking about the actual square foot figure.
Yeah,
Right.
how much do I need to drop is
Well,
my.
that's what I'm.
Well, that's,
But
yeah, that's.
I
what
need you
would-
guys to tell me and then
Right.
I need to decide whether or not, with
Right.
all due respect, whether or not I'm renovating this house or I'm
So-
moving to Kirkwood or
Right.
wherever else it is. Like,
Yeah,
what am I gonna do?
well, you need to do the calcs. And
Well, I did.
Just have
I
an architect.
yeah,
did
or-
the
But it's also, to your point, So what we're used to seeing is the context too. So, you know, you had made a comment about a bigger house next door. And I don't know what that FAR was or there was even a FAR request.
Yeah.
So the point is for this, we look at every project, you know, one project at a time in its own context within the rules.
100%.
And so with this one, those are the things missing out of the FAR requests. Specifically are what are the other houses adjacent, and then also a scale of the elevation of your house in that context does tell that story. You know, you had made the comment about their houses, you know, towering above this. So that's the kind of graphic material that typically we would see in a FAR request. And so then the question is, I'm sorry, I just wanted to finish
No,
with,
you're good. My apologies.
like somewhere, you know, between 32 and 40 is where you want to be. And so if you're asking us what that is, we're just saying, you know, I don't know, like what's the hardship, you know, and that's typically where we as a review board, when we look at these things, there's reasons why people have to go over 32. So what are the reasons? And I think as long as there's, you know, I think that's step two. Step one is the FAR request
So,
information.
so 100% again, glad I'm here.
Yeah.
8 months later.
Yeah.
So FAR request. So do I need to drive down my street and video it, or do I need to pay somebody like 10 grand to do a study in all my neighbors' houses to show you what the size of their home is and how it looks?
You can
I'm asking,
do it.
what's the detailed info that we need?
The
So
calcs.
to answer the other question, like what is the need? Why do I want it the way it is? So I fortunately am in a position where I just bought a new big Ford truck. I love it. Got a golf cart. My new wife is going to move from my home. I have got space. I want to do an outside barbecue pit area. Why would I do that big garage and not put space above the house? It looks like it belongs in the neighborhood. It belongs. The
Show us
architectural design-
graphically.
Yeah.
Show us
Oh, so you
graphically
can't-
with
you
the
can't show
street
graphically unless you live there, unless you walk out my back
You
door.
draw a
and I
picture
look
or
back,
hire
and I
somebody
see
to
Yeah.
draw.
lights coming down from the neighbor's house.
So-
Gotta be,
Right.
gotta be in perspective. So why do I want it that big? Because that's what I would like to have.
Yeah.
And I hope that we can work together and get there. And if I need to shorten the garage up, I can. If I need
Yeah.
to not build all the space upstairs,
I think
I
that's.
can. I mean, again, but again, I would.
Right.
love
I think there's
conceptually-
solutions in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the adjacent, knowing what the adjacent FARs are is typically part of a FAR request. So we don't
Yeah,
have that in our information.
I've been working
Yeah.
and trying to get to this
Yeah.
point. So what do I need to do? Like, what are the exact specifics that I need to do differently to show you the FAR requests?
Okay, we would need to see a drawing, scale drawing of.
So I'm gonna hire an architect to
Of the
show you
streetscape.
what's on my street and pay the money. I mean, I'm gonna have to spend like 10 grand after this to get approval, to get the plans drawn, to have the engineering drawings done. So I need to spend more money to show you, like, come over for coffee on Sunday. Let's go for a walk around the street and I'll show you what it looks like.
We need to have documented drawings to review. And then if it's approved, those drawings become part of your review process and part of what you will need to comply with as you go forward. So it's not enough to say, let's have coffee. They said it was
Obviously, that
okay.
was
I understand.
not-
I understand.
I mean,
but
you're totally welcome to come over.
I
I like
I'm
to
just
put rum
tell-
chata in my coffee, but everybody else might not.
I'm just saying, this is a part of the process. It's typically what we see. Yes, things do cost money and we appreciate that things cost money. And if you're putting some substantial investment in this property and it's part of the process to do the drawings, provide the plans so they can be reviewed. You can look at public record and you can see the size of the lots that are
I
adjacent
can't.
and
I'm bigger. That's why I'm here. I already know that I'm bigger.
we need
I can knock
documentation.
that 0.45% off easily enough. I
We
can knock
can-
another 200 square feet off. I cannot finish the upstairs.
So
I'm not going to change the roof line though. I mean, look at the drawings, guys. I mean, it's what you want. Everybody that lives in Webster Groves that walks in this door and sits in this room You want that to look like that. That is what we do.
Right.
All of the front is doghouse dormers, exactly like it would have looked like. The front porch will be covered just like the way the breezeway used to, with the old beadboard ceilings that were stained. I'm doing it exactly the way that we would want it. Tell me what I need to do to get approved and move forward.
Just pick Carol out.
Well, but again, if we're saying that I need to get an architect back involved and have him streetscape my neighbor's houses versus what it looks like now, I mean, I'm not saying no, I'm saying it just seems,
No, it's just
it seems like in 3 months, I'll see you. I guess I'll see you in spring, and then I'm gonna get busy again in May. And I guess I'll be back in December next year to hopefully to see if we can get it done.
Well,
It's
did
just-
you
it's just
say
a matter of, sorry, it's just a matter of doing the due diligence to get, since right now what's being proposed is over the code allotment and by 0.4%, which 4.5, that's not a lot, but
we can knock it off right now like that and say.
But-
knock it
No.
off,
right,
knock it back,
but
fix
but
it,
right
lose the
but right
brand.
now per zoning, you can only go up to 32%. And then this group here has the
I-
permission to go up to 40%.
Which I completely respect and appreciate.
But then we need drawings for that, unfortunately.
The context drawings, unfortunately, are what we use to compare it. Yeah,
Is there an
I don't want to,
example?
I don't want to doubt the fact that if I came over for coffee, that I would,
We
I would
have-
think it was
Sure.
great, but, and the coffee might be great. I don't know.
So is
No,
there an example that other
But for
people
us to
have
have,
done that
you
I
could
can
do it
see?
with photographs and scale them on an elevation. I don't think someone has
So I
to
did
go out and
I
hand
did a
drawn.
top view and then a view right of the houses right around me. Is that not on the drawings?
But it wasn't clear like which house is which.
I
It would
can
be
check
nice.
it
to
out.
Right,
Are you able
there's a
like
way
a
to
far
photo,
each of
there's
each-
other ways to do it. You know, you don't have to go out there and hand draw everything and pay someone to hand sketch the whole elevation. But you can photograph them and put them in scale and context on a flat two-dimensional elevation that's part of the FAR request. And in addition, the adjacent properties, knowing what their FAR is also part of the FAR request approval. We've had them in the past where my neighbor next door is 38 and they're 30. I'm just using this as an example. And so that's why, you know, and so all of this is part of what we would typically see when someone wants to be over and up to 40%. It's that information.
Something that I could do, I could just not finish the space above the garage. And are we good with that? We do that or not?
You need to make your decisions
Right.
about what you do and don't want,
Right.
reflect them on your drawings, and then give us something we can review.
So my apologies, but I am
Yeah.
asking a very specific question.
Yeah.
If I do the garage and do the addition, increase the kitchen, I mean, basically the whole reason
Right.
is breezeway kitchen right now, they need to be bigger.
Yeah.
It's just not enough room.
Right.
I need the garage bigger to put my golf cart and the 2 cars in it, and my
Right.
truck and other stuff. If I don't build above the garage, am I approved? I'm asking. I'm not saying
No,
that's what I
what-
want. I want the space above the garage.
I don't know what
I'm
the
gonna-
FAR gonna be at.
Oh, below, I mean, it'll be below 32. I mean, you're talking,
So if
the
you're,
garage is
if
980.
it's below
square feet.
32, then you don't need a FAR request. So
But,
that's your-
but mind you, if you do want to do that addition later on top of the garage, you have to come back to
Of
it.
course, 100%.
Right.
You do know I'm gonna die at home, right? So
Oh, good.
it'll be my children. We'll have to deal. I'm teasing. But I mean, again, it doesn't make sense to do the garage and not put the space above it. I mean,
Yeah.
come
I
on,
know.
guys, we all have homes.
Yeah, and
I mean, again, so at what point, you would ask the question, like, why do I need to do it? Well, I'm in a position where I can afford to do it. I
Yeah.
want to do it. It's the house I wanted since the moment I bought it in 2001 and
Right.
did the renovation and came before this board and did the exact same thing we're doing.
Yeah.
I built the neighbor's house behind me, 3 other ones up the road, 2 others in Webster Acres. I've been here before. This
Yeah.
is mine.
yeah.
That doesn't mean I get approval. What do I need to do?
Yeah.
And you had mentioned a sketch, like I mean, I can take pictures and then I'm asking, this isn't being condescending, like, I'm gonna take pictures of the neighbors' houses and then put it on a map and then show you how they look, or am I gonna
No,
pay
you-
an architect?
On
Or
a
am I gonna pay an
scale
architect to
elevation.
do it?
So you paid someone to draw elevations of your house, right?
Yeah, like $5,000.
So
And
you
then am I
can
gonna spend
pay
another
someone
5 and then be
put-
told I
to
can't do it?
Put
And then
this
have-
into the context of your street with your neighbor's house with photos. I'm just giving you a
No, I'm asking.
suggestion. And then fill in the rest of the information. Yeah, so if you do that and you want to be over the FAR, then that's what we're gonna need for us to vote on the FAR
Yeah.
request. And then if you want to redesign it however you want to and you're not above the 32%, then it's a different process, right? So it's as simple as that.
you know, as a suggestion, I mean, I've done this at work, so, you know, as a professional
My
architect.
apologies. I'm only right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good.
I'm sorry. You know, I've done this at work as a quick study. I've gone to Google Maps and looked straight at a building, did a screenshot, saved it, went down the street, screenshot, saved it, and then stitched them together in a photo software. Well, you know,
You can,
have your or your kid could tell your kid could
That's
do
how
it
that just works.
You know, I mean, it's that's the idea.
You're an architectural student to do it for you.
Or an architecture student, right? They work for free.
All right, so that's what we need, James, to look at the FAR.
Or not build above the garage and.
If your
And I'm
design
just normally
isn't,
approved,
if
so-
your design that doesn't need a FAR request approval, then we're just gonna look at the design.
So I need another couple minutes. So I'm asking, can we look at this right now, please? And if I don't build a garage, am I going to get approved or?
we need to see what it's going to look like when
It's
you
gonna look-
don't
it's gonna
build.
Look
Just
exactly like.
provide drawings of that.
It will look
It's not
exactly
even
like that.
technically supposed to be reviewing this tonight because it already doesn't apply, I mean, it doesn't conform with zoning, so
Right.
we're kind of doing a favor to give you some comments tonight and looking at this, but right now it's denied. You know, because of the FAR so high, so,
Right.
I mean, we
So,
couldn't even vote on this tonight. There's no-
right, and so,
I
so,
wasn't
so,
asking you to vote on it.
Right.
I'm asking,
so if
I
you,
do not build above the garage
Hypothetically.
and I'm below the FAR, does the elevations and what I'm doing meet the requirements of what you guys need? So I'm not asking for approval. I know I've got to redo it,
Yeah,
right,
but I am asking specific. Again,
feedback on the
I've lost
design of the house.
8+ months, guys, 8+ months. Trying to do this in February and March of this year. I can't. I'm glad that I'm here and
Yeah.
thank you. And thank you for staying late and I'm sorry that I.
Yeah,
came in
no.
late. I'm trying to.
I appreciate the design and the context. I just think the question before the board right now is, I mean, basically what we've given you is why we can't review the FAR request. And so, if the design that is presented is above the FAR request, is it not?
and
So-
well, the design would change if it was
Right.
revised, so we'll just have to see those drawings once they're revised.
Right,
I
if
mean,
you're saying
as soon
it
as you
looks
can get them
exactly
in.
the same, but it's
Yeah.
under the FAR, then submit that to us. I think is really the simplest way to put it.
Okay.
That, I mean, if there's no FAR request, then your submission should be under the FAR.
Okay.
I hope that makes sense.
It's evidently going to be the answer I get. So, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, sorry,
I'm-
but
I mean, again, we all deal with people every day. I'm not sure what you guys do every day and all I do is put out fires. Today was a day where I got yelled at all day and that's why I was late.
yeah,
And I feel that I didn't get the answer that I was looking for. And when I asked that question about if I don't build above the garage, and I will get the streetscape of all of my neighbors and I guess resubmit both ways. Can I resubmit both ways? I mean, can I resubmit
Sure.
both ways and then we stand up front and we all talk about it? Trust me, I want the room over the garage. There's no reason for us not to do it. There's
okay.
garage. You would put
Yeah,
the-
I think you're allowed to submit two different ways on the same project and get input for sure.
Do we know, I'm asking, do we know how the submitting looks? Like if I've got this am I back here is it 2 weeks, 4 weeks, a month? How does that look again? 4 weeks is a month?
2 times a month.
Okay.
Yeah,
First and third Thursday.
So I've got to have it in though, right?
Add it 2 weeks in advance.
I've got to get it. So I wouldn't make the 2 weeks one, so it'd be a month then, right? Roughly? Okay.
all right.
Okay.
All right, James.
Well, you don't need to be sorry. Well, I think we're all just talking and trying to figure it out.
Yeah, so, with that, we'll let you make your decision on what you're, and just resubmit.
I'm gonna try to.
One
do
way or the
that
other.
Thing where you said with the pictures,
There you
I'm
go.
not gonna do that. So is there an example that you can send me that other people have done that I then can work with my?
There's other architects that have submitted them, so you could talk to some other architects in town. I don't have a copy I don't carry
Not
copies.
necessarily you specifically, that you can
Nope.
bounce it up on your.
Maybe just call the city.
Are there other? ones that show, again, working with Prashant, I mean, I don't know. I'm here because I was told I could come because of 8
Right.
months ago, I was told I couldn't.
I'll see if I can find the date.
Anything that helps with how we do it, and then
I'll send out notification tomorrow.
There was a house I'm recalling that backed up to Algonquin that did a
Yeah.
pretty good study
Yep.
of other, because they were going big as well, and
Right.
based on what they presented, it was like, oh, okay, we can see what's going on here.
Okay,
Yep.
love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Have a
You're
good
welcome.
holiday.
Have a good night.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, next we have 308 Oak Tree.
Hello, I'm Nathan Rao, I'm the architect.
Hello.
Good evening,
Welcome,
everybody.
Nathan.
I need to fail.
All right,
Right. Thank you.
sounds good.
So this is two adjacent lots that we were proposing tear down and like a
Alright.
2-story. Oh,
I care. I need to leave. Sorry.
that's fine.
Pre-submitted, pre.
Yeah,
Free
it's
letter,
so,
yeah.
okay.
No, we still have Jersey.
Oh.
Oh, we still have Jersey. Okay. Sorry. Well, I'll stay.
Did you,
Yeah, they said they're on.
okay, should we do Jersey?
Oh. Nathan, can you give us a second?
We're sorry.
It's because Dave,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I owe you a
Okay.
lunch.
All right, so we are gonna, sorry. We have to finish the original 239 Simmons Avenue.
No, it's ninth.
Oh, I'm sorry.
New Jersey.
Night one, yes. It's been a long day.
Yes, it has.
119 Jersey Avenue. All right, so we have the applicant back on. Please unmute. We're good.
Are we good?
Question.
It was my question. Right. Hi all. I had a question about the design's very nice. I do like the modern character to it, and looking at how the roof slope and the wall come together at the traditional house shaped profile. I was wondering how that gutter was going to be detailed, if the gutter would be cleanly inside that line of the angle and the wall, or if it would be an attached gutter the length of the building. It's a very fine detail question, but I'm curious. And then also where you have the main roof of the house coming at the pitch with the pitch, and then you have the lower slope shed roof at your private balcony off of the master suite. There's an odd angle between those slopes. Just wondering how that would be detailed or cleaned up, or if that would be, in my opinion, it might have a place where birds would rest, or if you want birds, I guess it's okay. But just those are two comments, and it's very fine tuning because I think the overall design is really nice.
I wish I could take the credit for the design, but it's all Tracy, obviously. And with that being said, those questions, I know what, she told me that, gutters are shown on roof plan, but looks to be missing on elevations. And then downspouts are shown on the plans with small squares on corners. I wish I could, be of more help to answer your question specifically, but if there's a way we can ask her, that would be best, because I'm kind of new to this. It's my first time doing anything like this. So I'm heavily relying on her expertise and, what she says and can, what goes and what doesn't go.
Right. Would we just make a suggestion to what?
Sure.
Yep.
I think that's an easy way to do it.
Maybe we could make it an option to have the gutters internal. Would you be okay with that?
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to see that be a single line along the elevation, very clean, with just the shadow of the gutter hole right above it, and rather than it being sticking out.
Mm-hmm.
And then the downspouts, yeah, it'd be nice if downspouts would go internal, but that's always a maintenance nightmare. And then maybe just suggest, the architect look at treating that odd angle between the two roof lines, either a closure of some sort or something.
Right,
You
infill.
know, that little,
Yeah,
little wedge right there.
sure. The bird roost.
The bird roost, right?
No, I think that's something we could,
Yeah, if you want to make that motion, Dave, with those, the option for the gutter, the way you want it, and then to
Right.
review that intersection.
yeah,
Yeah, because I'm good with it. I think it looks great.
yeah, and, so with that,
Was this a public one?
no, this was not. So with that, thank you, and I think we're gonna have Dave, read a motion. So with that, 119 Jersey Avenue may have a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve 119 Jersey with the following suggestions: that the homeowner work with the architect to either provide internal gutters at the roof line so they don't protrude from the main mass of the house, and then also to adequately address the odd angle made between the main roof line and the shallower shed for the private balcony.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, you guys are approved as noted. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you all.
Bet. You
Bye-bye.
as well.
Bye.
All right. So sorry. Back to 308.
Okay.
I commend you for still being with a smile.
What's that?
I-
Slade.
Been a long day. We're still going though. All right, Nathan.
It's all good.
So I think there were some comments. Oh, so David wanted to ask if you're doing anything to treat the exposed concrete on the east side or west side, depends on which one we're.
Yeah, we would paint that.
Yeah, all right. So concrete's gonna be painted.
Oh.
And is there anything else?
This, I think we had,
Painted
we had
concrete.
requested the FAR calcs and had it.
There,
Yes,
they're
yeah,
on
we
there.
did the form, right?
Yeah.
Looks like you have it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there just wasn't with our packet and we
Got it.
requested and Jim and Tacoa got it for us. Okay.
Okay, so you're good on that.
right. I think there was a, did you guys have other comments? or-
Yeah, no, I like how they're mirrored and they kind of go together.
Yes, they're kind of
Yeah.
like fraternal twins.
Yeah.
I like, in the old days, I used to call them sister houses.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, I like it. The design's great.
Yeah, I'm worried about it, like seeing three.
Yes.
No, because you see the garage, you see the. and then I
So,
was- Yeah,
can I show you guys one thing here? There's two. We're actually gonna do a good amount of excavation.
oh, are you?
Okay,
yeah,
yeah, so
So it
that-
won't be like,
That garage door is
oh,
A lot, yeah.
5 feet.
we got the neighboring house.
Bottom of the garage.
Right.
5 or 6 feet.
Okay.
Okay.
Good amount of excavation.
Yeah,
that helps.
yeah, that's nice.
Those driveways. Reasonable slope.
Yeah.
Instead of that big steep slope.
Yeah.
there. And
Okay.
retaining wall. I heard you mention in work session, we talked to Public Works already about
Right.
modifying and altering that, have a path behind that approved. There's a whole harmless left. So we have a path to make all that grading work.
Okay, that addresses my question.
Okay.
Yeah. I was,
And then Tracy, you mentioned just the overall height. One thing we played with is turning the gable and minimizing the height on that front facing facade so it doesn't kind of read the 3+ stories, which we could do. I personally just like that simple form and we're
I
just,
know.
right, we're just
yeah,
we're trying to work with kind of the simple shapes and center it over the garage door. We just want to do a simple black garage door so it just kind of fades away. There's no ornamentation to it or windows. We don't want to call attention to it and try and kind of let the site do its thing and then have it kind of sit up like that. So that's the design intent at least. So, but we wrestled with your concern too.
Yeah.
Whatever that's worth.
what's the, because it looks like it's all kind of maybe not, is it all coplanar kind of going all the way up? Like it's just.
No, that base sticks out. I think it sticks out a foot or
Oh, it does?
15 inches.
Okay, good.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's not a lot, but it's,
At least
Yeah.
there's some
yes,
relief.
there's some,
Yeah.
there's some
Yeah, you can see
articulation
that
to it.
from the.
I
file,
think the
but-
plan shows it maybe.
Focus on these. I like the front. Just keep looking at those front.
Right, no, I thought, I had the same question, but then I saw that, I thought the projection really does.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a foot projection as I look at the
Okay,
plan.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I see.
I mean, those, yeah, I think these roof forms are nice. This would also work with flat roofs and a roof guard, or, you know, a roof deck if you wanted them to. So, but.
Sure.
But so for me personally, the way it is, I think it's fine.
Okay.
It looks good.
I think Dave mentioned about colors. I mean, we're
Dave
studying
is
them. but-
colorblind, but he's.
Right,
Yeah.
we're studying them and there could be a buyer that comes out of the woodwork prior to that. They may make some different selections and.
Right.
But, you know, we'll try and guide that if it happens. There's a low percentage chance, but colors are, you know, a working theory.
It is interesting looking at the shutters. What,
Oh, they're not shutters.
So may I show you one other thing?
but they're
Like that.
infill, they're not shutters, they're, yeah.
We've actually been working with the plan. I think we may want to go with just a simpler,
Mm.
little bit larger window, simpler to get all that.
Without the fun,
Yeah, no, I
the
Yeah,
fun-
like
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
The
too.
infill lap siding fun.
Gives it, yeah.
It's
Some, yeah,
Yeah.
something different.
Okay.
and Unique and. I don't
Texture.
know.
Yeah, and the distinctive character, and I like the way you have the similar elements, but the pattern between the two houses is revised, just a tweak. I really like that.
Good, okay,
I like.
cool.
No, yeah, I mean, the proportions of the windows are cool. The tall thin ones. All right. So anything else?
No.
What is process like at this point? Like, or is it too late to get it in? To get in for? Okay, yeah, if we could get on whatever the next one is, the 18th or something.
No, I,
Move you forward. So
yeah,
I think we can move you forward to submittal and vote tonight.
right.
Unless you're wanting to change stuff, since you've been
Right.
looking at it.
I don't think there was anything significant
You
we
could
were gonna
just come
change.
back with the change if you want to make one. That way you have approval now.
Okay, yeah, we should
You
take the
could-
approval if we can do it.
Yeah.
Right, I mean, we can basically move these to
Well, this helps, like, we can get the stormwater plan going and like there's other,
Right,
there's other
and I think
wheels
that
in motion, so.
only clarifications are just we're painting
Yep.
the concrete. But other than that, they would be approved as they're submitted.
Okay,
And
And
then
then
if you
any
do
changes,
want to
yeah.
revise things, yeah.
okay.
So with that, may I have a motion on 308 Oak Tree?
I will move to approve 308 Oak Tree as submitted with the clarification that the exposed foundation will be painted.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? All right, 308 Oak Tree is approved, and then do I have a motion on 312 Oak Tree?
I move to approve 312 Oak Tree as submitted with the clarification that the foundation will be painted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? All right, Nathan, you're
Cool,
approved
thank
on
you all.
both.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate it. Have a good evening, and with that, I believe we are adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you for bearing with us.
Yeah, thank you.